What's up guys, Pito Cole here, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a very short, brief video, but I've been promising to you guys that I was going to show you some video of me hitting the Zx7 irons and the woods and the wedge, well you've already seen the wedges, and all that. However, this is the weather that we have been faced with lately. That being said, yesterday I did get a chance to go over to Golf Galaxy, which if you're not from North Carolina and you don't know what Golf Galaxy is, it's a pretty cool store. Basically, all the golf stuff you could think of. They have a club workshop back there where you can get clubs worked on. They have 2 simulators where you can hit into. Some of the bigger stores might have more, but this one only has, well, technically has 3, but one of them is only used for teaching with one of the pros there. They have all the golf goods. Grips, balls, clubs, tees, towels, bags, clothes, hats, everything. Everything. They got shoes, everything, man. Anything you could think of, basically, they have it. So it's a really cool place. I like going there. I actually used to work there temporarily for about a couple months. I worked there before I started the job here at Larkin. Cool place, and a good place to kind of get some practice in when the weather is crappy like we had yesterday and today and tomorrow and the day after. So what I did was I built a 7 iron, almost to my exact specs. Let me explain. So my 7 iron, the Zx7 iron, I play the AMT Tour White X100 shaft with the Golf Pride Tour Velvet 360 grip. What I did yesterday was I built a Zx7 oh, and mine is 2 degrees flat as well. So it's 2 degrees flat, and it has, so standard was 32 degrees aloft. I don't remember for sure what I ordered these at. I have to go back and look. I'm pretty sure I ordered them either 2 degrees weak or 1.5 degrees. I don't remember. So my TaylorMades were 35. My 7 iron, my P7TW 7 iron was 35 degrees aloft. This one standard was 32 degrees aloft. I felt like that was a little strong, so I had ordered it a little bit weaker, and I had it kind of somewhere in between. So that leads me to think that I had it at 33.5, but I don't remember for sure. I might have gone 34. I'll have to put them on a machine and check them, to be completely honest. Anyway, besides the point, it was almost built to the exact same specs. The one I hit yesterday was 2 degrees flat. It was standard length, just like mine are. It was an X100 shaft. The only difference is I played the AMT Tour White. I put the Dynamic Gold Tour Issue X100 shaft in it, which is a very, very similar shaft to this one, only it's a little heavier and the launch profile is a little different. I believe the Dynamic Gold is like a mid-low launch, and this is like a mid-high launch, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know for sure. I do know that I hit these a lot higher than what I used to, but as you will see in this short footage, you will see that I launched that Dynamic Gold shaft plenty high enough, which I was not expecting. The only other difference, again, would be the loft. I have messed with these a little bit when I ordered them. I didn't touch them myself. I just ordered them from the factory. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it was 1.5 degrees, but it might have been 2 degrees, but that's besides the point. They are not standard loft. So the one I was hitting yesterday was standard loft, 32 degrees 7 iron, 2 degrees flat with an almost identical shaft. Here's what happened.
How's it not going? Hold up. That's why.
Heavy. So I took 3 swings, hit some good ones, hit one about 190 something yards. Then my dad was also hitting some drivers. Dad was testing out the new Sim 2 driver with a couple different shafts. Also trying to get him to try out some Srixon irons because I'm trying to get him to make the switch. It's not working out too well. Oh well, that's okay. So he had some Srixon irons, the ZX4, which is the new one that they're coming out with, I believe, in March. And then I also had him try out the ZX5, which is currently out of stock. So are the ZX7s, by the way. So if you haven't ordered your ZX7s yet, you missed your chance. Hopefully they'll come back in stock soon. In the next clip that I'm about to show you, though, I did something that I have never done with a 7-iron before on a crisp, pure 7-iron. Not bladed. I mean, I hit it perfect. So, check this out.
No way.
That's right. I hit a 7-iron 201 yards. Now, I have never in my life hit a 7-iron that far. I have no idea what to do with a 7-iron that goes 200 yards. The issue I'm going to have if I am hitting my 7-iron that far come summertime is I don't know what the rest of my gapping is going to be like. I don't know if the 3-iron is going to be worth having in the bag. When I ordered the 3-iron for this set, I had the idea that I was going to drop the 2-iron and put the 3-iron in its place and then carry a 5-wood. But now, I don't really know. I don't think I'll hit my irons the way that I'm expecting to, just based off of the 7-iron. So, what I mean by that is, I like to have about 10 to maybe 12 yards in between irons. So if you look at my yardage book and you go down the list, I got 3-iron this yardage, 4-iron this yardage, 5-iron this yardage, and so on and so forth. Those yardages, my stock yardages, so I have 3/4 full and max. My max is just swinging out of my shoes. I don't do it unless I absolutely have to. 3/4 is going to be my go-to shot for a lot of shots, and then stock is one of those where I could take my normal swing and I can carry it to that number. For instance, with my TWs during the summertime, 7-iron was about 170 yards. 167 at one point. Didn't hit them very far. I was just very consistent with them at one point. I got to where I wasn't very consistent with them, which is why I eventually got out of hitting a blade. But I wasn't hitting it very far, and that was kind of my issue with them, was that they weren't going as far as I'd hit some other blades in the past. Now, with my P730s that I used to play, I was hitting my 7-iron about 170 yards, 175 yards. On a max swing was 175. I didn't hit one close to 180 unless I maybe caught it a groove thin or something. But for the most part, 170 to 175 was my number with my 7-iron. The other day, and it actually happened twice this week, we had some slightly warmer weather. The only reason I didn't record was because I was playing with Dad and didn't want to deal with the camera. I was just trying to enjoy some time with Dad. I don't mind having him on the channel. He doesn't mind being on the channel, but he just got out of surgery for some prostate. Okay, now that I've gathered my thoughts. He had some prostate issues, enlarged prostate, yada, yada, yada. He had surgery for it, just got cleared to play some golf, so I didn't feel like dealing with the recording. Anyway, that's besides the point. The point is, in the 2 rounds that I played this week before the rain came and Mother Nature said you're not going to golf for the next week and a half, I hit my 7-iron 180 yards into the wind in slightly cooler weather. That is where I'm concerned. Because when it warms up, I'm going to hit the ball further. I'm going to compress the ball a little bit better. And then I might actually see a 200-yard 7-iron. That's concerning because if I'm hitting my 7-iron 200 yards, that's fine. But I have to be hitting my 8-iron like 185 for me to even be okay with hitting a 7-iron 200 yards. And it wasn't as you saw in the video, it wasn't like I swung out of my shoes on it. I took my normal, just stock swing, and I hit a draw. So on those simulators, you can adjust the course conditions. I didn't touch it. It was whatever they set it up in the morning when they opened. I used to work there. 9 times out of 10, they make it dry, firm, and fast. So that's why you're seeing the carry yardage and then the total yardage about 10 to 12 yards more, because it's rolling out on that. I'm never going to roll one out that far unless I play a course like St. Andrews or something, where the course is firm and fast. I'm very rarely going to play a course like that in this area. So the likelihood of me carrying one 180 something yards and it going a total of 200 yards with a 7 iron is not likely. But what scares me is that I might carry one like 190 in the summertime, because I'm carrying it close to 180 right now. But then my 8 iron is going like 160. So I have about 20 yards gap right there. So long story short, I got some dialing in to do, got some adjustments to make, and we will see how this goes. I will do my best to record the TrackMan session that I do with these irons. I'm going to wait till it warms up a little bit, so I can't promise when that's going to be. North Carolina is very unpredictable with the weather. I'll let you know ahead of time. I'll put something on the Instagram page, the Twitter page about when it'll be. So keep a lookout on those. If you don't already follow me, Instagram is at PetoColeGolf, and the Twitter is at ColePeto. And again, if you don't already, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Anyway, I will let you know ahead of time on one of my social media platforms when I'm going to do that TrackMan session. I'll do my best. However, until then, it's going to be a guessing game, so it's going to be fun. I've played some good rounds so far playing the guessing game with them, but it's getting to the point now where I'm just a little lost. A good example of one of the shots that I hit was number 17 out here. It's a short par 5. I played one tee box up because it had been wet and it was a little cold. I hit a pretty good drive that day. I had 173 yards, I think it was. 172 yards to the pin. Actually, it might have been less than that. It might have been like 160 something. It's like 169, 170. Anyway, besides the point, I pulled 7 iron thinking 175 is a good number. It leaves me just above the hole or just below the hole because it was a little cool and to the wind. So if I figured if I can hit like a 175 number, then I was going to be okay. Well, I blasted 7 iron, pure, not thin, over the back of the green. I probably hit it about 182. So 3 times that I've hit this 7 iron in the 180s. That number I don't mind, actually. I don't mind the 180 number. It just scares me because of how cool it is right now, and I'm hitting it that far. I'm scared to see what happens during the summertime, but also very excited to see what happens. So again, be on the lookout for the TrackMan session. I'll do my best to record it, and also I will do my best to record what I do to dial those numbers back if I have to. Trying to think. Yeah, so there might be some bending involved. There might be some weight added. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do to dial them back, to be honest, but I'm going to figure something out. So be on the lookout for that. Should be a lot of fun. It's going to be kind of new for me. I haven't had this issue in the past, so we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching. A lot of me just babbling on, but that's just what I do, I guess. So thanks for watching. Once again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will be back as soon as I can be, as soon as North Carolina weather lets me come back to you. Thanks for watching.